If you are the parent of a strong-willed child, you're likely doing this one thing without even realizing it, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how to notice it and spot it so that you can start to make shifts and adjustment. Before I even tell you what that is, I want to be clear about what I mean when I'm describing a child as strong-willed. I've worked with hundreds of kids who are strong-willed in the last 20 plus years, and I can promise you, A, they're my favorite, and B, they are usually described as defiant, which I think defiance is healthy. We just have to teach them how to work with that defiance and how to still be mindful and respectful of other people's needs. They tend to have challenging behaviors. They push up against boundaries. They are the kids who are going to test everything that you're saying. They tend to have a lot of emotion dysregulation when the outcome is not what they want, and often it might feel disproportionate. They can be hard to calm down. They argue a lot of different points, and they are my, what I call, fair fighters or scorekeepers. So they're the kids who are like, everything is, this isn't fair, that's not fair, you did this for brother yesterday and you didn't do it for me. They're constantly paying attention and they're constantly trying to argue their way through everything. This is because they like to control and exert their power where they can. So I'm going to talk to you about what you're likely doing if this sounds like your child and why you want to stop doing it so that you can meet their emotional and developmental needs. It is possible. Like I said, these kids are my favorite. I have such a soft spot in my heart for them, and I've worked with tons of parents who are in this situation. So most parents will do what I call eggshell parenting. So what that means is the child who is described as strong-willed, we usually tiptoe around them because we don't want to set them off. So we're constantly manipulating things in the environment so they're not experiencing an undesired outcome. We're constantly making different accommodations so that we don't get them to the point where they lose it. We are constantly doing different things, even if it's asking siblings, to give in or to do something because we don't want that child to get to a level 10. We don't want to do that because strong-willed kids are also highly sensitive and they're very attuned to who we are, our energy, how we're feeling, what we're doing. And when we walk on eggshells around them, it just communicates anxiousness to them. Like, we don't know what to do with you, so we're going to actually just tiptoe around everything. You want to do the opposite. These kids need a really steady, anchored parent who can clearly state a boundary, who can set and hold that boundary while staying anchored and calm themselves, helping that child get to the point of self-regulation. We want to teach that child how to self-regulate on their own. This requires predictable and consistent boundary setting so that they can begin to predict what will happen in their environment. And as a result, they learn how to sort of express their power, express their emotions, but in a much healthier way and in a much more productive way. It does take time. I have a lot of free resources if you go to the link in my profile about self-regulation for you, the parent, which can also be used with your kids. And I also teach a 4-step process called PAR, pause, acknowledge, respond, reflect is what that stands for. And that's there to really help you move from reactive to more thoughtfully responsive so that you're not escalating the second your child escalates or matching their energy. So when they're in the middle of an argument or a tantrum, you're just as heightened as they are. You actually want to do the opposite. And we say when our kids dial up, you want to immediately give yourself the tools to dial down and stay calm and steady. For more information, go to the link in my profile and let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions.